3 reasons why you're drawing all the time but not getting any better. My name is Carly Ann. I'm the award-winning author illustrator of How to Draw Adorable. My specialty is really teaching people how to learn art in a really simplified way. And these are the 3 things that I always ran into that made it so I wasn't learning as quickly as I could. Assuming you are drawing a lot and spending the hours needed to actually practice and learn, which would really be step 0 of making sure that you can learn and get better at it, is actually practicing. But let's say you're practicing all the time and you're not getting any better and you're not seeing improvement. First reason why this might happen is that you aren't actually comparing your old work to your new work, and you're just sort of always looking at your art and feeling like it's not better. But if you take out your old work and compare it to your new work, it might actually surprise you. So I really encourage that you take some of your old work out and look at it and see if you've progressed, or even take a drawing that you did a long time ago and draw it again so that you can see the improvement that you've had. It's so easy to get wrapped up in feeling like you're struggling at your current rate or stage, but when we take a step back and take a look at where we've come, it's actually a lot farther than we may have thought it was. This is one of the reasons why I recommend that you don't throw away your art or scribble things out, because it allows you to take a look at how you've progressed. Now, the second reason why you might not be getting any better despite working on it all of the time is that when you draw, it's not focused on a single thing that you're trying to learn or improve. Lots of us will do things like drawing challenges and draw this in your style challenges, or just drawing every day and drawing from life, which are all wonderful things to do. But if you don't have a goal in mind of something that you're trying to improve or get better at while you're doing these drawing exercises, it might just end up being wasted time. And I hate to say wasted time, because you still get that practice and muscle memory, and there will be some growth. It just won't be as quick as it would be if you had a focus in mind. So for example, I was working for a company and I wanted to leave that and work in children's illustration full time, and I didn't have a portfolio. So what I did is I would get drawing assignments or like drawing challenges, but I would always focus that drawing challenge on something that I wanted to learn or put in my portfolio. So for example, I was like, for this drawing challenge, I really want to practice lighting and get better at lighting. And so that was my focus. And because I was focusing on something with each illustration that I was doing, I would have little gains and improvements in that area as I went. The third reason why you might not actually be getting better, even though you're putting in that time. Let's say you are saying, okay, well, I'm going to practice value or perspective or figure drawing, and you're putting in that time on your figure drawing and you're still not seeing improvement. Likely, you're trying to learn it at a level that's much too high, and you need to come down into a more basic area and learn that better first. And for a lot of artists, if you're a beginner, this might be so basic that you haven't even thought about it at all. For example, making sure that you have the muscle memory to draw a circle or lines or squares without having to think about it or like struggle through each line. If you're still having trouble making those basic shapes pretty easily, it's going to be harder to draw a more complex shape or a face or an entire figure. Let's say, for example, you're trying to learn figure drawing, but you're starting by trying to learn figure drawing by learning anatomy, but you haven't tried gesture drawing, which is getting the overall sketch first. Learning these beginner steps before learning the more complicated steps are going to make your journey easier. And that's really the way that I teach in my books and in my courses, is that I always try and find the most basic thing or entry point to a topic and start you there, because most people start something way too hard and too complicated, and then it's really hard and complicated. So bringing yourself down to like a more simple step to learn and then slowly building up will make it so that you progress in your art much more quickly. If this is something that you're working on, I do really recommend my How to Love Your Style course, because I'll teach you how to look at your art and figure out what it is that it's missing that you want to improve on to enhance it to the level that you really love. Plus, you'll learn how to get inspired without stealing, and finally be making the art that really is exciting to you and showcases your own personality. I'll leave a link down below, and I hope I see you guys in my next video. Bye!